everyone, and welcome to the second and final day's play in the 2023 Senior Cup Cricket Finals between St. Catherine Cricket Club and Kingston Cricket Club. Having won the toss yesterday, St. Catherine Cricket Club asked Kingston to take first strike, and led by a brilliant 147 by Romain Morris, the Jamaican batsman and wicketkeeper. Kingston closed day one on 290 for 7. Javoy Royal of St. Catherine got 5 for 89 from 31 overs. Javon Royals, who play CPL for the St. Lucia Kings and also a national representative, play for the Jamaican Scorpion in the recently concluded 4-day regional cricket competition. And you will also remember him from the CG United 50-over cricket competition last year. In fact, there are some persons who think that he should be in the West Indies ODI team to tour South Africa earlier this year. So that is Akeem just opened the face of the bat and running that one down to third man, and they will get 2 as the fielder chased down to the third man boundary. Some of the persons in the dugout, in the Kingston dugout, are saying that it was 4 runs, but that clearly did not reach the boundary. And the score is now 293 for 7. At the crease is Akeem Jordan, who is on 3. Akeem Fraser, who is on 3, and with him Paul Harris, who is on 14, as Royal over the wicket bowl to Fraser, who's on the front foot and defend into the onside. So very interestingly, Kingston batted out the entire first day of the finals, and that is the first time in many years that a team have batted out one complete day in the Jamaica Senior Cup cricket competition, much more the finals. So congratulations to Kingston for doing that, as this finals, I think, should have been a 3-day final instead of a 2-day final, as Royal over the wicket bowl to Akeem Fraser, and Fraser taking that one on the pad, and it balloons to the man at short fine leg, and there is no run. So welcome to Sabina Park for a second day action, second and final day of the Jamaica Cricket Association Senior Cup final, as we watch Royal bowls to Akeem Fraser, who drives this one down to mid-on. The fielder off the long-on boundary runs in. That is Pete Salmon field, and there is a single, and the score have now moved up to 293. So Fraser is on 6. Is that 6 or 5? 6. Fraser is on 6. Harris is on 14. And the score is 294 for 7 at the end of the second over of the day's play. There's bright sunshine here at Sabina Park. Pete Salmon will pick up the bowling from the southern end of the ground, from the George Edley stand end or the Michael Holden end. He'll be going round the wicket to Akeem Fraser, and that one beaten outside the off stump. He just groped forward and it touched down just about off stump and just held it line instead of comes in, and he was beaten. Now let's watch Pete Salmon again, round the wicket to bowl to Fraser, and Fraser defends down to the man at short mid-on. So let's look at the field for Salmon, and it has a much more attacking field than what we saw yesterday after tea, as Salmon round the wicket, and there's a mishap there. The ball fell out of his hand and he did not deliver. So let's watch as Salmon bowled to Fraser, and Fraser clipping the ball in the onside to the man at short mid-wicket. So let's take a look at the field. This is the third over of the day's play. We completed 90 overs yesterday. Salmon is around the wicket to bowl to Akeem Fraser. He's up and bowl to Fraser, and Fraser defend down the onside of the pitch, and the bowler in his follow-through field, and there's no run. So there's a slip, a backward point, a sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover and a mid-off. On the onside is a forward short leg, a mid-wicket, a mid-on, and a backward square leg, as someone bowled to Fraser, and Fraser looking to drive there, and it's beaten outside the off stump again. The ball goes through to the keeper, who did not collect, and it runs away into the region of first slip, and the first slip just run to his left. That is Rommel Lewis, who took 2 catches to that slip before he dropped one. Someone round the wicket, bowl to Hakeem Fraser, who looks to turn that down the leg side. He misses it, the keeper misses it, and it runs into the fine leg boundary for 4 by. So 4 by, and the score moves up to 298. So that one was down the leg side. And for the first time this morning, let's welcome Marlon Pinnock to the microphone.
Thank you, Sir Brown. Good morning to our listeners who just joined. So catching 298 for a loss of 7. Paul Harris is on 14. With him is Fraser on 6. Decent score so far in this crucial encounter here at Sabina Park. Kingston haven't won Senior Cup for over a decade. So it's here. So it's going to be Javon Royal from our commentary box end. The ball to Harris, who's turning this one to onside. And there is no run. 298 for the loss of 7. Royal 5 for 88. As in comes Javoy Royal to bowl to Harris, who high-send the ball over mid-wicket. 1 bounce to the fielder. They are back for the second. So the 300 comes up for the Kingston team. So the 300 comes up. Harris moves up to 16 with him. Is Fraser on 6. 300 for a loss of 7. As in comes Royal to bowl to Harris, who is playing back along the pitch. Can't score. Score is kept on 300 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. The second day of the crucial finals here at Sabina Park. As in comes Javoy Royal to bowl to Harris, who is getting a ball on the line of leg stump. Ball hitting on the tripod. There is no run. 300 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. Very beautiful morning here for cricket. As in comes Royal to bowl to Harris, who's turning this one towards mid-wicket. The man Orion Williams is in the way, can't score. Score is kept on 300 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. Wonderful morning here for cricket. As in comes Javon Royal to bowl to Harris, who's hitting the ball over mid-wicket for an easy single. That's all they will get. So the score tickers by a single up to 301 for the loss of 7. Harris moves up to 17. With him is Fraser on 6. At the end of the over, 301 for the loss of 7. Just been reminded, Kingston haven't won Senior Cup cricket for over a decade. So it's something to play for the Kingston Cricket Club. Very, very enchanting battle here at Sabina Park. It's going to be Pete to continue. A slip, short leg, mid-wicket, long on. Deep mid-square leg, as in comes someone to Harris, who's driving outside the off, no connection through to the wicket keeper. And there is no run. 301 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. Scorpion off spinner in. Someone in, he comes to bowl to Harris, who's back driving this one out to cover. The big fellow in Royal jogs across, stop it, and there is no run. The score is kept on 301 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. Someone with ball in hand, in he comes to bowl to Harris, who's playing the ball out to mid-wicket. Big Lewis is in the way, can't score. 301 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. Very enchanting battle here. In comes the man called Pete Salmon. In he comes to bowl to Harris, who's leaving one outside the off stump through to the wicket keeper. Excellent line been employed here this morning by Salmon. Decent young cricketer is Salmon. He's a class player. As in comes someone. Sees that the batter is ready. In comes the ball to Harris. He's forcing that out to cover for a quick single. The man called Java Royal is in the way. Can't prevent the single. Is Royal. The score tickles up by another single. Up to 302 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. So it's going to be Fraser to the take-up bottle from Pete, someone who is stroking out to cover. Royal is in the way. At the end of the over, it's 302 for the loss of 7. Paul Harris is on 18. With him is Fraser on 6. So Royal, 5 wickets to his name so far in this innings. 5 for 89 is Royal. So Royal will be bowling to Harris. There's a slip, a leg slip. Short leg. Straightish mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket. Deep square leg. Cover and mid-off respectively. So in comes Jovoy Royal. Passes umpire just now to bowl to Harris, who's rather forcing a ball and balloon out to the man at short mid-wicket. And there is no run. Harris trying to force a shot through the covers. Ball was in the inner portion of the bat and went to mid-wicket, and there is no run. In comes Jovoy Royal to bowl to Harris, who's turning this one behind square for 1. Will they think about the second? They decided against it, so they'll settle for 1. So Harris is up to, I reckon, 19. The score is up to 303 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park. So there's a slight adjustment in the field as Fraser comes into strike. So there's a leg slip, short leg. Mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off, cover. As in comes Jovoy Royal to bowl to Fraser, who is forcing that one out to the man at short leg, and there is no run. Very decent line employed this morning by Jovoy Royal. Very good young cricketer is Royal. Turn, sees that the man called Fraser is ready. In he comes to bowl to Fraser, who's playing back along the pitch, can't score. Score is kept on 303 for the loss of 7 here at Sabina Park in this crucial encounter. Is Royal with ball in hand. Sees that Fraser is ready. In he comes. Who's playing out to cover. Man Brown fields, and there is no run. 303 for the loss of 7. Beautiful day here at Sabina Park for this crucial encounter between these two teams. St. Catherine team and the Kingston cricket team. As in comes Jovoy Royal to bowl to Fraser. Fraser's getting a ball and the middle stump, trying to turn that one just short of the bad ball. At the end of the over, 303 for the loss of 7. Harris is on 19, with him is Fraser on 6. Back to you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Marlon, and good morning to everyone. In case I had forgotten to say good morning, Tony, good morning, Juna Davis, good morning to all the legends in the chat. Welcome to the broadcast, and we'll be here all day covering all 3 sessions or until a result is decided. And what is the strategy? I'm there thinking, what is the strategy of Kingston Cricket Club? They are 303 for 7, and the match ends today. And this is a finals. What is going to happen if the match petered out into a draw? Will they share the cup? And that would not be a good thing. There need to be a tiebreaker. So at least one team will be pushing for victory. At this stage, it just seems like everyone is relaxed and just playing out the game. No team seems to be pushing for victory here. As that one, Harris just block it back down the offside of the pitch to Pete Salmon. Pete Salmon, who's the captain of this St. Catherine Cricket Club team, he bowls again to Harris, and Harris forward, long forward they call it. He just defends the ball back down the offside of the pitch, and there is no run. So we watch Pete Salmon as he comes in to bowl to Harris, and Harris again, the one that is, he turns down to short line on there someone really question the tactics of the Kingston team. They're just playing normal cricket. They're not looking to get runs quickly. It doesn't seem as if they're in a hurry. It seems like they are satisfied with sharing the title. As I've been told, for more than 10 years, going 20 years, they have not won the Senior Cup. So maybe they are just satisfied with sharing the title. As Akeem Fraser plays that one in the offside and they get a quick single, the man at backward point was a bit slow there and he needs to be more urgent. There was not a run there, but the field at backward point. Bennett is it, who used to attend BB Cook in St. Elizabeth. He was just slow. He was a bit slow in coming in, and the Kingston batsmen sighted and they went through for a very quick single. The score pushed up to 305 for 7. Akeem Fraser is on 7. Paul Harris is on 20. What's the strategy? As we look at the field, a slip of backward point, a sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover and a long off as someone bowled to Harris, and Harris just opened up the face of the bat and runs it down to backward point. The fielder was in much sharper this time, showing much energy, and the batsmen have to stay their ground this time. It was the same fielder that the ball that went to just now that they got the single, but this time he was a bit more alert. He comes in and he cut the angle and he prevented the batsman from going for the single. Someone bowled to Harris, and Harris again plays the ball to that man at backward point, and there is no run. So there's just a sputtering. There's just about 20-25 spectators in the ground at this moment. The George at the stand, as you can see, there is very, very, very empty. Just a few spectators right there. Those are the only spectators in the George Headley stand at this moment. You could probably count them. That's what 4, 5, 6, 4 and 2, 6 and 1, 7 and 1, 8. There's only 8 spectators in the George Headley stand. There's a few in the stands beside me, which is a new stand that was built. I do not know the name of the stand, or if it has a name, but it's a new stand that was built for the World Cup, as that one was chipped in the air down to the man in the region of mid-on, and the fielder comes in and field, and there is 1 run. So someone comes in field and there's 1 run. So the score moves up to 309 for 7. Akeem Fraser is on 8, Paul Harris is on 20. As we watch, Javarie Royal will be going over the wicket to bowl to Paul Harris, and Paul Harris just steers the ball into the offside and they go through for a single. The fielder, that is Lewis, jogged after it, and there's only 1 run. So Harris moves up to 21, the score moves up to 310. Back on strike is Akeem Fraser, who's on 8. So Kingston Cricket Club, they're just going about this in a very meticulous way. One do not see the plan. There's a leg slip and a forward short leg lurking as Royalty moves in over the wicket as he brings the man in off the long on boundary. He's about 15 meters. That is speed someone, or he's going right up to just where the 30-meter circle would be, as Royal bowl to Fraser, and Fraser defends out into the onside to the man at short mid-wicket, who tries to flick the ball from boot to hand but was unsuccessful, and so he has to bend down and picks it up, and he returns it now to Royal. So this is attacking intent here being shown by St. Catherine. Much different, much in contrast to what was happening yesterday, as Royal bowl to Fraser and down the leg side. Fraser looking to turn the ball down the leg side, but this time the keeper collects and there is no run. We saw earlier in an over from Pete Salmon, he missed a similar one and it went away for 4 by. Let's watch Javarie Royal. He moves it over the wicket, ball to Akeem Fraser, who defends the ball to the man at forward short leg, who I think just getting up a little bit too early there, but the ball, he was able to stop it with his feet as he coaches now. There's a leg slip. There is a first slip, a leg slip, a man at backward square leg, a man at short mid-wicket, a man on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and a mid-on, a mid-off, extra cover. As we watch Royal bowl to Fraser, and Fraser looking to drive, but the ball got the inner portion of the bat and goes to the man at short mid-wicket. And at the end of the over, the score is 307 for 7. Harris is on 21, With him is Akeem Jordan and 8. And at this time, we welcome back Marlon Pinnock.
Thank you, Sir Brown. So 307 for the loss of 7. Harris is on 21. With him is Fraser on 8. So it's going to be beat someone to continue. Slip, point, extra cover, long on, long off, and deep square leg as in comes beat someone to bowl to Harris, who's heisting the ball in the air. There's a man sitting under the catch. Will the catch be taken? Yes, he's gone. So Harris goes for 21, looking to slug sweep that one out of Sabina Park. Only succeed in sweeping high in the air to the man at short mid wicket. Good catch. So the 8th wicket goes down. The 307 for the loss of 8 here at Sabina Park. Coming is Boris Hutchinson. Former students of Home Technical High School, Boris Hutchinson. In his time at Homewood, he won three Edley Cup titles there, Hutchinson. I can remember Boris Hutchinson getting 6 for 15 against St. Elizabeth at States. He's not a nonsense player. He's very attacking. It's a long ways Hutchinson. Different context, different style here. He's in catching and logging away this morning. 307 for the loss of 8. Fraser is on 8 and the new batter is Hutchinson, yet to face a delivery. So the field for Hutchinson is a cover, point, slip, short leg, short mid wicket, long on, mid off, deep mid wicket, and deep square leg. And is someone to go to Hutchinson. Just leaving this one. Let's see the signal of the umpire. You can show Hutchinson didn't play a shot. Definitely quite rightly by the umpire, dead ball. So Kingston for over a decade now. Will they look to bounce back today, this afternoon, sometime today? It's gonna be someone top of his mark. Sees that Hutchinson is ready. There's some adjustment here. I think there will be a leg slip. Royal is going to a sort of a leg slip. There's no point in. In comes Pete Salmon with ball in hand to bowl to Hutchinson. Hutchinson heisting a big sweep, no connection, past the keeper, and quite right to signal 4 byes. So the keeper not collecting a big hike there by Hutchinson. No connection, the keeper not collecting, and the result is 4 byes. Former Jamaica leg spinner and coach of the St. Catherine team, Odin Brown. Former Homewood cricketer as well. As in comes the man called someone to bowl to Hutchinson, sweeping across the line, hitting the pad, no appeal there. Hutchinson looking to hike that one over mid wicket. No connection there by Hutchinson. Some adjustment in the field. So long off goes back. As in comes someone to bowl to Hutchinson. Hutchinson is playing forward to the man at short leg, and there is no run. 311 for the loss of 8. Someone 2 for 65 so far in this innings. Retrieve the ball now, just now. Sees that Hutchinson's ready. In he comes. Passes the umpire now to bowl to Hutchinson. Hutchinson is playing one out to, I reckon, square leg, and there is no run. So at the end of the 83rd, oh, is it? At the end of the over, it's 311 for the loss of 8.
99 overs.
99 overs so far in this inning. 9 so far this morning. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Fraser is on 8. With him is Hutchinson yet to score. Just lost the wicket of Harris. Caught for 21. So it's going to be Java Royal to continue battle with Akeem Fraser. Off spinner for the Scorpions. Decent cricketer. Always a fighter. The field for Fraser is a cover down as it comes. Fraser speed back along the pitch, can't score. Scores 311 for the loss of 8 here at Sabina Park. So a leg slip, short leg mid wicket, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and mid on 3/4 in. So sweep shot employed here by Fraser, no connection. Keeper didn't collect keenly. And there is no run. 311 for the loss of 8 here at Sabina Park in this crucial encounter here. The Jabbar Roller sees that Fraser is ready in. He comes. The ball to Fraser. Fraser is turning it towards the onside. Iman Williams is quickly onto it, and there is no run. Score remains at 311 for the loss of 8. Royal turn, sees that Fraser is ready. In it comes. The ball to Fraser is sweeping. No connection by Fraser through to the wicketkeeper, who didn't collect clean. And there is no run. 311 for the loss of 8. I think Royal is employing a Midland leg stump to the left-handed Fraser, forcing him to turn the ball into the onside and leaning edge. As in comes Royal to pull to Fraser, who's playing back along the pitch. Java Royal fields, and there is no run. 311 for the loss of 8 here at Sabina Park. I think Royal is employing a strategy to bowl Midland leg stump to Fraser, forcing Fraser to play across the ball, leaning hedge. As in comes Royal to bowl to Fraser, who is playing back along the pitch once more, can't score. Score is kept on 311 for the loss of 8 here at Sabina Park. So the new batter is Hutchinson, yet to get out the mark. I remember Hutchinson made 57 against St. Elizabeth in a crucial finals at Stets. Hutchinson is bowled. A big high cross the line, no connection by Hutchinson, and the half stump goes back. So the 9th wicket goes down, 311 for the loss of 9. Pete Salmon is 3 for 67 at the moment. Hutchinson just have a loose shot, have his half stump knocked back, and no celebration there by the St. Catching team. So the 9th wicket goes down, 311 for the loss of 9 here at Sabina Park in this crucial finals. The new batsman making his way towards it. Oh. Is Patrick Artie Jr., former York Castle High School past student Patrick Artie. Left arm spinner, played for the Scorpions in the recent concluded 4-day championship. Not known for his batting is Artie. Scored a half century in the last game he played for Kingston against Melbourne. 77 he got in that game. Is Artie. Sees that someone is ready. In he comes. The ball to Artie, who's wrapped in the pad. There's a appeal. There's a chance of run out of the ball. My word, where was Patrick Artie going? 311 for the loss of 9. Nervous moments here for Artie. As he looked to turn that one into one side. No connection. Ball ballooned off the wicketkeeper. Royal and at Sabina Park. Absolutely brilliant day here at Sabina Park for cricket. As in comes Pete Salmon to bowl to Harty. Harty's reverse sweeping, nice shot. Superb shot there by Patrick Harty into the boundary for 4 it goes. I tell you what, that's a shot of a man in class, a man in form is Harty. I've never seen Harty play a shot like that. But that was dealt with nicely by Patrick Harty. 4 runs. 315 for the loss of 9. Harty is up to 4. With him is Fraser on 8. A nice looking shot there, Sir Brown. Definitely all along the ground. Harty looks like a top order batsman here, Mr. Brown.
First time I've ever seen Harty score a run.
my word, what a time to score in this crucial finals here at Sabina Park for Kingston. As in comes someone to bowl to Harty, who's playing out to the man at short mid-wicket. Is the big Lewis, can't score. I remember Harty played under 15 in 2006. Look up a bit, as in Kenner, Lewis, Patrick Harty, myself played under 15 in 2006. Very recently we won the under 15 competition back in 2006. Andre Query was the captain. As in comes someone to bowl to Harty. He's turning this one behind. There's a quick single. So another single to Harty. He's up to 5. Fraser is 8. At the end of the over, 316 for the loss of 9. Back to you, Mr. Brown.
So Kingston have pushed up to 216 for 9. So Pete Salmon have picked up 2 wickets this morning, and Kingston have lost 2 wickets for 26 runs this morning. Akeem Jordan remained on 9, and with him is the number 11 batsman Patrick Harty, who is on 6. So 11 overs gone so far in the day's play. Another 79 remaining for this final of the 2023 Senior Cup Cricket Competition. And again I ask, what is the strategy of Kingston Cricket Club? It appears at this time they are securing for a draw. So why are they boring us? If that's what they are doing, just tell us and let us just call it a day and go home. Because the cricket cannot play this way. They must push for a win. I just want to see the approach of St. Catherine when they comes out to bat, when they come out to bat. Clearly, this is not the way it is. As we watch Royal round the wicket to bowl to Harty and the edges and drop and slip. Oh, he dropped that slip and the ball runs away down to the region of a short third man. It appears that it just dropped short of him. It did not quite carry to the field. That slip there, that looked to be Lewis, who was at first slip, and it just didn't carry to him. Good delivery there from Royal. That one touched down just about the half stump, and it then turns away from Harty, and Harty, it took the edge, and it never quite carried to the man at slip. As we watch Royal over the wicket bowl to Fraser, and Fraser turns this one into the onside to the region of backward square leg, and they go through for a single. So one more to Fraser. He now moves up to 10. Patrick Harty is on 6, and the score is 318. Royal round the wicket to bowl to Harty, who goes for the sweep shot. There's a loud appeal, but it appears to come off the back of the bat and runs down to the region of a short fine leg. The fielder gave chase, and they went through for a single there. So no signal coming from the umpire. So clearly it went off the back of the bat, and he moves up now to 7. So Harty, he came to the crease at number 11. He's decided to play his shots. He's not going to muck around. As Royal is into Akeem Fraser, and Akeem Fraser defends into the onside, and there's no run. Royal was down on Fraser there a while ago. As Fraser looks up, he saw that Royal was about to deliver. Royal over the wicket to bowl to Fraser, and Fraser onto the front foot, and he defends to the man at forward short leg, and there's no run. The score remained on 318 for 9. So St. Catherine picking up 2 quick wickets this morning. Royal decide now to go round the wicket to bowl to the left-handed. Akeem Fraser slip a leg slip, a forward short leg and mid wicket and middle on 2 fielders on the onside boundaries at the back with a square leg and the mid wicket. On the offside is just the slip, the mid off and the cover. He's attacking this mid and leg stump line. So Royal under Kimber. Fraser is ready. There's a little gamesmanship as Royal around the wicket, ball to Fraser and Fraser defends into the offside. There's a chance for a run out at the bowler's end, but the batsman get back quite easily and there's no run. So at the end of the 12th over of the day's play, Kingston Cricket Club 319 for 9. Fraser is on 9, RT is on 7, and that's the latest score from Sabina Park in Kingston, Jamaica. So Pete Salmon to continue from the southern end of the ground, the George Headley stand end. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe and you click on the one Salmon over the wicket, bowl to Harty who attempted the reverse sweep again. There is a chance for out, he's out, run out. Good work there by the man at first slip. So Carty reverse swept, the ball took the edge of the bat, bounced into the ground. He went off thinking that it had beat first slip, but it did not. And the first slip, good positive, good reaction there from the field at first slip, who shied the ball and hit down the stump. And Patrick Arty went run out for 7, and finally, Kingston have been bowled out for 318. Is that 18 or 19 there on the board? What it looks like to you? Is 18 or 19 on the board? 319. So St. Catherine Cricket Club would need 320 to win the 2023 Jamaica Cricket Association Senior Cup Cricket Competition. 320. They will need 320. They have asked for the light roller. So they'll have 76 over because they will be taking 2 off the 78. So they will have 76 overs to get 320. Let's see the approach of St. Catherine Cricket Club. Will they settle for a draw and share the trophy, or will they go for the outright win? Let's see what will happen. So the news from Sabina Park, Kingston Cricket Club have been bowled out for 319, setting St. Catherine Cricket Club 320 to win the Senior Cup Cricket Competition outright. The leading scorer for Kingston Cricket Club was Romain Morris, the Jamaica wicketkeeper batsman who made a marvelous 147 before he was outfoxed by Pete Salmon, who got 3 wickets in this match, and with Javoy Royal, who got 5 wickets. They were the architect for the destruction of Kingston Cricket Club. The other wicket-taker was Graham Williams, who got 1 wicket with his medium pace. So Kingston Cricket Club have been bowled out for 319. That's the news. That's the news from Sabina Park. We will be back with you at the start of the St. Catherine Cricket Club innings.
I'm going to change up, so I'm going to book on my board. Yeah, book on.
Welcome back to Sabina Park, and the news from Sabina Park is that Kingston Cricket Club have been bowled out for 319, setting St. Catherine Cricket Club 320 to win the 2023 Jamaica Cricket Association Senior Cup Cricket Competition outright. The two batsmen who will be opening the innings for St. Catherine Cricket Club are O'Rain Williams, who have played regional 4-day cricket for Jamaica as an opening batsman, and Kenar Lewis, who opened for the Jamaica Talawas in last year, winning CPL tournament. So Kenar Lewis will be taking first strike. He'll be facing up to, is that Hutchinson? Oh, Green. Yes, true. So he'll be facing up to Derval Green. So Derval Green will be starting the attack for Kingston CC. He will be bowling from the George Edley stand end. And let's look at the field for Kingston. It's a ring field. Two slip the gully, backward point cover, mid-off, mid-on. And a man on the backward square leg boundary and on the fine leg boundary. So there's big gap on the inside as Derval Green over the wicket, and he pulls up a false start there by Derval Green. There's a false start there by Derval Green as we get a look at the field. So two slips, backward point, two slip a gully, backward point cover, mid-off, mid-on, and two fielders very close together, just about 30 meters apart at backward square leg boundary and on the fine leg boundary as Green now makes his way in, passes the umpire, bowl to Lewis, and Lewis allows that one to go straight outside the half stump as he delivers. So that's the first delivery of the St. Catherine CC innings, replying to 319 made by Kingston Cricket Club. They will need 320 to win this tournament outright. There should have been a tiebreaker if there's no winner on first innings. That will bring interest to the match because at least one team would have to push for a victory. But in this case, I'm being told as Green over the wicket, bowl to Lewis, and Lewis cuts outside the half stump and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. That one passed underneath the bat and there's no contact. So Lewis, in his usual customary self, is always on the attack. So Green there shot, the ball was there for the shot, but the bounce, it did not bounce as high as Lewis expected, and he cuts over it and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. So if there was a tiebreaker, at least one of the teams would be pushing for a victory, and that would have bring some excitement to the tournament. But let's see, as Green over the wicket, bowl to Lewis, and Lewis defends back down the offside of the pitch, and the bowler in his follow through field, and there is no run. Green grunting as he delivered that ball. So St. Catherine are 0 for 0 after 3 deliveries. It is going to be very interesting to see the St. Catherine CC approach. It's going to be very interesting to see St. Catherine approach as we watch Green turns in the distance. He's moving in now, passes the umpire and ball to Lewis, and Lewis beaten outside the half stump. Oh, good delivery there, just touching down just about half stump and shaping away just slightly and beating the outside edge and through to the keeper. Good delivery there from Derval Green. And this is his lever. This is his lever as we watch. That man at mid-on there is Hutchinson. Boris Hutchinson is my good friend. His belly is bigger than mine, but he's my good friend, so I can say that about him. I know him for a very, very long time. From he was a schoolboy at home that we watch Green over the wicket. He pulls up again out of his run-up. Something's quite not right with Green. Or is it a strategy that Kingston is employing from the very outset? Is that Kingston having not won the Senior Cup for over 20 years, are second for a share of the tournament? Is it that? Are they second for a share of the cup? And Derval Green, from the very outset, this is a delay strategy. But according to the rules of the game, it doesn't matter how long it takes. The overs has to be bowled as long as there's light. As Green over the wicket, bowl to Lewis, and Lewis cut, get the underhead through to the keeper. He's not timing there. The bunk's not coming quite through. So again, for the second time in this over, one shot outside the off stump. Lewis looking to cut, and is cutting above the line of the ball. He's cutting over the bunks of the ball. The first one, he missed it completely, and the second one, it got the under edge and bounced through to the keeper, and again, there is no run. So this is the first over from Derval Green. A minimum of 76 remaining to be bowled today. This is the first of the 76 as Green turns in the distance. He moves and passes the umpire. Ball to Lewis. That's a bouncer over the batsman head through to the keeper, and there is no run. So Green start with a maiden. So after one over, the score at Sabina Park, St. Catherine replying to Kingston 319 are not without loss.
That. Ball beater.
When ball spin?
Yeah.
Chinaman or Orthodox? Just okay.
34. Kingston number 34.
So Kingston will be starting with Paul Harris from the northern end of the ground, the left arm orthodox spinner. So let's watch the field that is being set for Paul Harris, who's going to start. He's giving direction, setting his field. So let's look. So he has a slip, he has a backward point, he has a short extra cover, he has a man 2/3 the way to the extra cover boundary. He has a long off, a mid-on, a short mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket on the boundary, and a forward short leg. So that's the field for Artie. That for Paul Harris. So we watch Harris. Now he will be bowling left-arm orthodox round the wicket. Bowl to Orion Williams, up and bowl to Williams, and Williams defend the first ball, and the man at forward short leg field, and there's no run. So this is a good tidy start by both Kingston bowlers. They have hit a line and a length immediately. Paul Harris with number 18 in his back. Over the round the wicket, bowl to Williams. Williams on the back foot and strokes it back down the pitch to the bowler. Again, there is no run. So after 8 deliveries, St. Catherine is yet to score. Williams faces up to Paul Harris. Harris to Williams. An inside edge, loud appeal off the inside edge onto the pad. There was a loud appeal, but that clearly there was 2 sound. Inside edge onto the pad. There was a loud appeal, but not outside the umpire. And I think that's rightfully. It was a big deviation there into the pad. A big deviation. And there was no run there. So Kingston is off to a good start here. They have hit their strap running. Good line and length as Harris bowl to Williams, who sweep that down to fine leg. They're gone for one. The field has slipped. giving chase, and it goes into the fine leg boundary now. So St. Catherine is finally off the mark. Orion Williams, one that touched down outside the leg stump from Harris, and he just sweeps it down to the fine leg boundary for 4. So after 10 deliveries, St. Catherine are 4 without loss. Williams is on 4. Lewis is yet to score. As we watch the field, the field remain the same. So Harris starting from the northern end of the ground. Very, very interesting. Harris bowled to Williams, and Williams on the front foot looking to drive. That one bounced a little more than he expected, and it hit closer to the shoulder of the bat, and it runs down the offside of the pitch back to Harris, who field. He's in again, round the wicket to bowl to Williams, and Williams defend back down the offside of the pitch. So after 2 overs, St. Catherine Cricket Club are 4 without loss. Williams is on 4. Kenara Lewis is yet to score as we welcome Marlon Pinnock.
Thank you, Sir Brown. Very decent start by bowling attack from Kingston. Kenara Lewis, we know how aggressive Kenara Lewis can be. So at the moment, St. Catherine in reply to Kingston's 319 are 4 without loss. Orion Williams on 4, Lewis yet to get off the mark. Jamaica Towers opening batsman Lewis will face up to Green. As in comes Derval Green to bowl to Lewis, who's forcing this one out to cover the chance for a run out at the non-strikers end. Overthrows. So Lewis is off. With some overthrows, will the ball get to the boundary? Yes, it just gets off to the boundary. 4 runs, 4 overthrows to Lewis. That ball was short. Lewis went back, cut it straight to the man at cover. Orion Williams was backing up too far. The fielder had a throw at this time. Hutchinson diving away to his left. Didn't feel, so the ball trickles into the boundary. So Lewis is off. He's on 4. With him is Williams on 4. 8 without loss here at Sabina Park. In reply to Kingston 319 all out. In comes Derval Green to bowl to Kenara Lewis, who's getting a nice delivery outside the off stump. Lewis have no clue what went wrong there. He's through to the wicket keeper. There is no run. So Derval Green, Scorpion, new ball bowler. He's been doing that for the Scorpions so far. After being dropped from the Scorpion team, Derval Green went back to train hard, and he was back in the Scorpion team, and he delivers in the last 3 rounds for the Scorpions. So it's going to be Derval Green. In he comes, passes down piano to bowl to Lewis. He's getting one outside the off stump. Lewis not interested in a shot. He's through to the wicket keeper. Absolutely brilliant day here, Mr. Brown. As here at Sabina Park. As a big fellow, Kenara Lewis. We all know how devastating Lewis is. Kenara Lewis, a past student of the Homo Technical High School. Of 4 off centuries for the Jamaican Towers in CPL, including that marathon innings what he played with Russell. As in comes Derval Green to bowl to Lewis. Is getting another ball outside the off stump. Derval pegging away. Derval bowling a touch outside off stump, getting the ball to seam around. Decent line so far being employed by Derval Green. Very good bowler is Green. Very hard working and determined bowler is Derval Green. The number 4 in his back. He's bowling from the Michael Olin and his Green. Retrieve the ball, sees that the big fellow in Kenara Lewis is ready. In he comes his Green. Passes umpire just now to bowl to Lewis. Is playing back out to Green. Can't score. Good, decent line been employed here by Green. He's not giving Lewis any chance whatsoever to freeze his arms. He's Green. I remember Derval Green in schoolboy cricket. Derval Green used to bat at number 3 for the St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Now there's a turnaround. Derval Green is bowling the new ball. for the Jamaican Scorpions. He's bowling for Kingston now in this crucial final. In it comes the ball to Lewis, who's getting a short ball. Lewis is pulling, no connection through to the wicket keeper. Good testing bowling here by Derval Green. He's not giving Lewis any chance whatsoever to free his arms, is Green. At the end of the over, in reply to Kingston 319, the St. Catherine are 8 without loss. Lewis is on 4. With him is Orion Williams on 4. So it's going to be Paul Harris to take up battle with Williams. This is Mr. Brown, Odin Brown, former cricketer of the Jamaica team, now the head coach of the St. Catherine team. We all know him as Skinny, past student of the Homewood Technical High School. And back live, as in comes Harris. Passes the umpire now to bowl to Orion Williams, who's getting a ball on the line of Midland leg stump turn. Back along the pitch, can't score. The score is kept on 8 without loss. Lewis is on 4. Williams is on 4. Decent start here by the two batters. As in comes Harris to bowl to Williams. Is rather Potter sweeping 4 more runs. Lovely shot by Williams. He's confidently playing that shot to Williams. He's up to his second boundaries. He's up to 8. The score is up to 12 without loss. Williams seemed to be mastering that shot, Mr. Brown.
Good shot, good shot.
Good shot. He's shown his classes, Williams. He played a few first-class games for Jamaica. So he's no mug with the batties, Williams. Quite rightly so. 12 without loss. In pursuit of 319 for first innings points here in these crucial finals here at Sabina Park. A worried-looking Brown, head coach of the St. Catherine team. But nothing to worry about when you have the big guys in Kenna or Lewis, Pete Salmon, just to call a few, and Williams. So there's a slight change in the field. Deep mid-wicket. And a man at the 45. A short fine leg era. Derval Green goes to long on. And a long off in Patrick Harty Jr., former York Castle High School student Harty. As in comes Harris. Sees that Williams is ready. In it comes to ball to Williams, who's forcing this one down to mid-on for an easy single. Good batting here by Williams. He's showing his classes, Williams. Former Kingston High School cricketer, Williams. So the first time we'll see Harris bowling to the big guy Lewis, the man from Westmoreland. We know him, Kenna Lewis. It's a ball a long way. Also a past student of the Homewood Technical High School. Played youth cricket in 2006, where he won the title for the Jamaica under-15 team, Clico. Back up a bit, as in comes Harris. The ball to Lewis. Lewis is forward, plays defensively back along the pitch, can't score. The score is kept on 13 without loss here at Sabina Park. Pursuit of 319 for first innings. Harris pegs away from us now, our commentary box end. To ball to Lewis, he's going big. Over wide. Mid on for 4. So Lewis gets his first boundary. He's up to 8. 17 without loss. Way how Lewis go about his business. Even when Lewis misses it's hit really hard, Mr. Brown.
Yes, man. That one got it.
In comes Harris again to bowl to Lewis, who is turning this one straight to Harris. At the end of the over, the score reads 17 without loss. Lewis is on 8. With him is Williams on 9. Mr. Brown, that ball hit the inner portion of the bat and it really ran across the whole field very fast. That big fellow in Lewis, he had some timing behind the ball and real power.
I would have loved to see more effort from Green.
Definitely. I think Green pull up very early.
Yes.
Give a attempt at the ball.
Yes, I would have loved to see a better effort from Green.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Definitely. So it's going to be Derval Green to continue from the Michael Olin end. And is ready to take up battle with Williams, who is on 9. 17 without loss, pursuing of 319 for first innings here in this crucial finals here at Sabina Park. 97 persons are here at Sabina Park so far.
97, you're good, man.
Definitely. So Derval Green.
You're an army man, you're accustomed to estimating crowds.
Two slipper, gully, point, cover, mid on, mid off, square leg, and a man at fine leg boundary. Green with ball in hand. Williams takes his guard. You can hear the Kingston team cheering on Green. Williams looks up, sees that the man called Green is ready. In comes Derval Green to bowl to Williams. Williams is lefting this one outside the off stump, leaving this one outside the off stump to the wicket keeper. And there is no run. So the score remains at 17 without loss. Williams on 9, Lewis on 8, in pursuit of 319 for first innings points here. Catching 17 without loss. Orrin Williams is on strike. Green turns, sees that Orrin Williams is ready. In he comes to bowl to Williams, who's getting a brilliant outside the house and beating all ends us. Beautiful delivery there by Green. He's showing his class, is Green. He's showing why he's a top character in the Jamaican Scorpion team. Very decent cricketer. Always working hard, always fighting for his team. Whenever, wherever he's playing, he's working hard, he's Green. Retrieve the ball now. Williams looks up. Spend a little time to sort out his stuff. Sees that the man called Derval Steely Green is ready. In he comes now, Green to bowl to Williams. Williams is getting another delivery, beating all ends up. This is top class bowling, Mr. Brown, from Derval Green.
Wonderful bowling, but I think Williams should not be playing at those balls. He should be leaving those balls and length.
Definitely.
Yes, he has been there long enough now to be judging the bunks of the pitch. So he should not be playing at those. Once he saw where the ball pitch and length, he should just leave it alone, because it is bouncing over the top of the stump.
Definitely. And you don't want to be following the ball and edge it. You get a hedge hit. So decent enough spell here so far by Green. From the Michael Olin and his Green. Passes umpire just now to bowl to Williams, who's definitely getting one outside the half stump. This time he's leaving the ball easy outside the half stump. And there is no run. 13 without loss, in pursuit of 319 for first innings points here at Sabina Park. The Big Lewis is on 8. With them is Orrin Williams on 9. Mr. Brown, I tell you something, this is going to be a cracker of a finals here at Sabina Park.
So they need another 303 runs in just about 70 overs.
Definitely. So
70 overs and 2 balls. We need another 370. 330.
So we need a 303 runs from 70 overs. That's gettable, Mr. Brown. Definitely. In comes Derval Green. Passes umpire now to bowl to Orrin Williams, who's getting a beauty again. Derval Green hitting some good areas here at Sabina Park. I definitely see why this youngster is in the Scorpions team. He's really bowling really well here at Sabina Park. He's shown his class. 3 slip now being employed by the skipper. And quite rightly so. The length where Green is bowling and the line, I would give him an next slip where I give him a gully.
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. So 3 slips a gully, point, cover, mid on, mid off, and a man at the deep backward square leg. So in comes Derval Green. Sees that the man called Orrin Williams is ready. He pulls away. So he pulls away. Green in a very hostile run-up, very steady run-up. My word, this is going to be a cracker of a finals here at Sabina Park. Kenor Lewis at the non-striker end. Very dangerous customer. Indeed he is. When he gets going, Mr. Brown is all shot for shot. As in comes Green to bowl to Williams. But drive it was sweetly caressed through the covers for 4. What a lovely shot by Orion Williams. That's a shot of a classy player. Indeed it is. 4 runs to Williams. What a lovely shot there by Orion Williams. What a lovely shot there, man. Sweet. He came up on the toes, punch it through the covers. What a lovely shot. That shows the class of the man, Williams. So the score is up to 21 at the end of the over. 21 without loss in pursuit of 319 for first innings. So another 299, Mr. Brown. So it's going to be the man Harris. Yeah, good. It's going to be Harris to take up battle with Lewis. In comes Harris to bowl to Lewis, who's going high. Is it gone long enough? It is. 6 runs to Lewis. He goes high, straight, as a die for 6. I tell you something about Lewis. Once it's up to Lewis, he's going to play a shot, Mr. Brown. And that was definitely in the arc and was dealt with by Lewis. Big shot over long on for 6. Derval Green have to watch it sail over his head.
For a moment, I thought the camera was in trouble.
For a moment, Mr. Brown, as I said, I thought the camera was in trouble. Lovely shot by Lewis. He's up to, I reckon, 13. 27 without loss in pursuit of 319 for first innings points here. It's going to be Harris. In he comes, passes the umpire now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is forcing a ball out to cover. There's quick single here. Good running here by Lewis. The big Lewis hustling through for an easy single. So he's up to 14. Orion Williams. So Lewis is up to 15. Orion Williams is up to 13. 28 without loss in pursuit of 320 for first innings points here in this crucial final. So the field for Harris to Williams is a forward short leg. Slip, cover, extra covers. Long on. As in comes Harris to bowl. Quick single. Yes, chance for a run out. Good work there by Derval Green. This is quick, hostile cricket. This is good cricket all around. Good cricket all around. Williams pushed the ball into the onside. There was Derval Green attacking through it just over the top of the bat. But Lewis running towards the strikers and make it in the end. So another single up.
I think the keeper missed the stump on the first attempt.
Good,
By
definitely.
the time he realized, the ball fumbled a little in his hand and he missed the stump on the first attempt.
Definitely. 229 without loss. As in comes Harris. Passes the umpire now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is cutting the ball and there's a misfield there by the man at point. Seems to be Morant. And another single to Lewis. Lewis is up to 16. Williams is 14, 30 without loss in pursuit of 320 for first innings points here in this crucial encounter here at Sabina Park. Reminding you, our listeners, Kingston haven't won the competition in a decade. So it's going to be Paul Harris to continue battle with Orion Williams. In he comes, passes to the umpire now to bowl to Williams, who's getting a beautiful delivery. Beating all ends up. They are appealing. Umpire Chris not interested. And quite rightly so. Good decision here by the umpire. So Williams lives to fight another day. 30 without loss. Lewis is on 16. Orion Williams is on 14 in pursuit of 320 for first innings points here. St. Catherine 30 without loss. As is Harris on top of his mark. Sees that the man called Williams is ready. In he comes to bowl to Orion Williams. Orion Williams is playing this one towards the man at short fine, and there is no run. 30 without loss at the end of the over. In replying to Kingston 320, St. Catherine 30 without loss. Kenner Lewis is on 16. With him is Horace Williams on 4. Back to you, Mr. Brown.
St. Catherine needs exactly 190 to win in 69 overs. And Green is in the middle of a top-class spell. He's beating the bat. Well, interestingly, when Green is bowling to Kenner Lewis, he pitches a little shorter, but when he's bowling to Orion Williams, he pitched the ball up just that little more and are getting it to swing. So he's bowling a little shorter to Kenner Lewis, but let's see if we'll come closer to Lewis on this occasion, because he had beaten Williams at least 3 times in the previous over. There's a lot of talking at the slip. It's going to be a very lively match if St. Catherine Cricket Club should get close. Should St. Catherine get close to this total, it will be a very, very lively match. There are just a few spectators here, less than 100, but there's so much talking, especially from the St. Catherine supporters. So there's 2 slips. He has done away with the 3rd slip. When he was bowling to Williams, he had a 3rd slip. So he has done away with the 3rd slips, and you have a ring of, says 2 slips on a gully and a ring on the offside of 3 fielders and mid-on, and those 2 fielders on the boundary behind square. One at fine leg and one at backward square leg. Green over the wicket, bowl to Lewis, and he top edge it down to the boundary for 4, exactly over the keeper. That's 4. So Green shot. Lewis went into the pull shot, the top edge over the keeper, down to the boundary for 4. Lewis moves up now to 20, and the score moves up to 34 without loss. Chasing 320 to win, to lead on first innings, to get first innings lead, which will effectively win the Senior Cup cricket competition for this year. So Green making some adjustment to the field, to the 2 fielders on the backward square leg boundary. So he gave him instruction, but he is in the same position as Green. Over the wicket again, bowl to, and he cuts it, uppercut, 6 runs. Uppercut, so Green shot outside the off stop, and he uppercut and gone for 6. Green needs to pitch up the ball to Lewis. He needs to pitch up the ball to Lewis. He was pitching up the ball to Williams and was getting a nice shape on it, and he beat Williams 2 or 3 times out of the over. But as I said, he keeps bowling a little shorter to Lewis. He's afraid of pitching up to Lewis, but he has to trust his instinct. If he pitched it up to Lewis, Lewis is going to go at it. So he has to trust his instinct and look for that outside edge. He just needs to bring that ball up a little more to Lewis. Bowl the same length that he was bowling to Williams. The scores moved to 40. So St. Catherine need 280 to win. 68 overs and 4 deliveries remaining in the day's play. As we approach lunch on this second day, there's a lot of talking in the slip, and you can see it. Lewis and the fielders in the slip exchanging words. He's on 26. Orion Williams is on 14. 40 without loss. Derval Green moves in from the Georgia distance and up to the wicket and bowl. That's the length, that's the line. And Lewis is beat outside the off stump. That's where he should be bowling. That's where he should be bowling. Good line, good length. Cut out the short bowling to Lewis. Don't be afraid of the drive. Give him 16 and out him. Don't be afraid of the drive. So St. Catherine is off to a good start here. 40 without loss. So there's a lot of talking. 6.3 overs gone so far. 68.3 remaining in the day's play. So just try to calm the situation. There's just a calm around Sabina Park. In anticipation as Green bowls, he leaves that one alone outside the half stump. He leaves that one off length. That's what I was saying to Williams. Leave the delivery off length. Oh, that was a comfortable leave there by Kenner Lewis. Comfortable leave. So I would keep the fine leg in, but I would carry up the man off the backward square leg boundary and put him into a 3rd slip. and insist that Green bowl that line and that length, cut out the short delivery, pitch up the ball to Lewis, or even leave the gap in the offside, take out the cover and put him at third slip and bring the backward square leg to square leg as Green makes his way in from the Georgia stand and bowl to Lewis, edge down to the boundary for 4 in the gap where third slip would have been. In the gap where third slip should have been, and that's what I just said. Get the man into third slip. So another 4 for Lewis. He now moves up to 30. The score now moves up to 44 without loss. We are in over number 7. It's good bowling by Green, but I just think there that Green is getting the ball to do something, but I think when they are bowling to Lewis, they're a bit ratted. And that's what I'm saying. Take the man out of cover, put him at third slip. Take the man off the backward square leg boundary and put him at square leg and ask Green to bowl that line and that length. Let Lewis see the space in the covers and go for his drive. Pitch up the ball. He's shaping the ball nicely away. This over has gone for 14 so far. As Green moves in from the Georgia stand and bowl to Lewis, and Lewis being outside the half stop. That's the length, that's the line. So at the end of the over, at the end of the 7th over, St. Catherine are 44 without loss in reply to 219 made by Kingston. 319. Defending your 100, don't. Very important. Yeah, man. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. Remember, it's free to subscribe and just you click only once. So let's watch the field as Harris with number 18 in his back, on his shirt, to continue from the northern end of the ground, the Walsh end of the ground. So there's a slip, a backward point, extra cover. There's a man 15 meters in from the cover boundary, a long off, a mid on, a short mid wicket, a man on the mid wicket boundary, and a man at short fine leg and a slip. Harris to Williams, and Williams on the back foot, and he turns the ball in the vicinity of the umpire, and they go through for 2. That's good running, very good running in the gap. So exactly where the square leg umpire was, and the short fine leg and the man at short mid wicket could not prevent the 2. So good running there from Orain Williams and Kennard Lewis. He now moves up to 16. The score is now 46 without loss. And St. Catherine have come out and are batting very positive. It defends the ball back down the pitch. So Harris Williams there defending the ball back down the pitch to Harris on the onside who field, and there's no run. There's a lot of chattering, There's so much chattering. Harris round the wicket to bowl to Williams, and Williams defend this time on the offside. Harris in his follow through field. Oh, there's so much chatter and bright, clear sunshine. And it appears at this time that St. Catherine is giving this a chase. They are giving it a go at this time. Harris to bowl to Williams down the pitch. I need that eye in the ear. Someone is getting on that. Let's look at this catch. Who's going to take it? The catch taken by Green, and they are sending him off the field. Catch taken by Green. He was down the pitch to Harris. He didn't get to the pitch of the ball. He skied it high in the air, and Green took the catch, and they sent him off the field. He was sent off. The Kingston players sent Orain Williams off the field in no uncertain manner. So St. Catherine have lost their first wicket with the score on 46. Orain Williams gone, caught by Derval Green off the bowling of Paul Harris for 16. St. Catherine are 46 for 1, looking to get 320 for first innings lead. It's really getting intense here at Sabina Park. The 12th man for the Kingston team was walking around the boundary with some water, and as he passed the St. Catherine supporters, he was asked to move and was told to move. Not asked, he was told to move in no uncertain manner. So the new batsman in is Carlos Brown. Many persons rate him very, very highly. So Carlos Brown is the new batsman who is coming in to bowl. A lot of persons, a large number of persons rates him very highly. So they have now employed a forward short leg for Brown. So let's watch. There's a slip, a backward pointer cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, a short, mid-wicket. A man on the backward square leg boundary and a forward short leg arty round the wicket, bowl to Brown, and Brown drives back to the bowler on the bunks, and there's no run. Oh, Brown looks good. That one sounds sweet with number 18 in his back. St. Catherine 46 for 1. A loose shot by Orion Williams. Hard Harris round the wicket, bowl to Brown, and Brown stroked this one past the bowler, but the green at mid-on moves to his left smartly and field, and there is no run. So at the end of over number 8, St. Catherine replying to 319 made by Kingston are 46 for 1. The batsman out, Orion Williams for 14, caught by Derval Green off the bowling of Paul Harris for 16. So watch Green as he moves in now, and he pulls up again. So this is the fourth time. This is the 5th over being bowled by Green, and this is the start of the 5th over being bowled by Green, and this is the 4th time he's pulling up. The 4th time he's pulling up. The 5th time he's pulling. 4th time he's pulling up. The 4th time, and this is the start of the 5th over. Adjustment in the field again. They're pushing back the man. Man came into a short extra cover, but he has been pushed back to the cover. There's a ring of fielder as Green moves into to Lewis, who clips this into the onside. Hutchinson gave chase from mid-on to his right and comes round in the vicinity of mid-wicket. Hutchinson is moving very, very slowly there. Oh, he's slower than my grandmother. Oh, anyway, he restricted it to 1. So Lewis moves up to 31. Carlos Brown is yet to score with the number 18 in his back. There's a lot of chattering between the Kingston spectators and the St. Catherine spectators. You can hear it through the microphone. Carlos Brown seconds as Green makes his way in over the wicket, bowl to Brown, and Brown leaves the delivery alone outside the half stump, and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. Good tight leave there by Carlos Brown. That delivery just touched down just about the 4th stump and shaped away, and Carlos Brown just pushed the left pad forward and allows it to go through to the keeper. The score remains on 47 for 1. Orion Williams perishing, charged down the pitch to Paul Harrison and was out caught. Again, Green pulled up out of his run-up. What is going on? And that's why one have to consider, is this a early hint of the strategy that Kingston Cricket Club have decided that they are going to slow the game right down? Because this is the 5th over as we watch Green turns in the distance. He begins to move in. Again, what is happening there? What is happening? This now is becoming a concern. This is becoming a concern. So he's retaking his run-up. So let's look at the field. 2 slips, a gully, a ring of 3 fielders on the offside. There's a mid-on, a square leg, forward of square to the left of the umpire, and a long leg. I would want to see the man at cover come to third slip. Green over the wicket, ball to Brown, and Brown leaves the ball on length. So that one was back of a length, and Green just leaves it as it bounced over the stump to the keeper. So I would love to see the man at cover comes to third slip, and Green pitched up the ball a little more and closer to that off stump line, forcing the batsman to drive, just forcing him to play at the ball. So take the man out of cover. As Green turns, he begins to move in. The ball to Brown, and when Brown drives, can't beat the man at mid-off, but they will get a single. Good stop there by the field at mid-off, moving to his left, who dived and stopped the ball from passing, but they still get a single. That was Nicholas Nelson there at mid-off, and there was a single. So Brown is off the mark. Lewis is on 31. The score is now 48-1, and we are in the 9th over. So those 3 fielders, that's the man I would move and put him at third slip. There's one here, but that man I would move and put him at third slip. As we watch Green moves in now to bowl to Lewis. He's in bowl, and Lewis drive in the air, eye in the air, over the top, peel off the outside edge, down to the third man boundary, 1 bounce 4. So that was pitched up, and that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that from Green. He pitched it up. Lewis lured into the shot. It peeled off the outside portion of the bat. Eye over the man at gully, over the man at backward point, down to the third man boundary for 4. And they are pushing backward point back on the third man boundary, and I don't think that's the right decision. Clearly, that's not the right decision to push the man back on the third man boundary. Well, that's how I would have played it. But backward point has gone back on the third man boundary. Green bowl to Lewis. Lewis leaves the ball outside the off stump alone. That one was a little wide, and there is no run. So at the end of the 9th over, St. Catherine are 52 for 1. Lewis is on 35. With him, Carlos Brown is on 1, as we welcome back Marlon King. Pinnock, sorry, Marlon King. Marlon King was a Jamaican striker.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Brown. Solid reply so far by the St. Catherine team. Especially Lewis in particular. 35 out of the 52 runs goes to Kenor Shotgun Lewis. A very dangerous player is Lewis. If he gets going today, his runs will be looking very small. So 52 for the loss of 1. Owen Williams went for 14 of the bowling of Harris. As in comes Harris, the bowl to Brown. Brown is choking this one out to cover for an easy single. Barry Hutchins is in the way, but can't prevent Brown from getting his second run. So Brown is up to 2. The score is up to 53 for the loss of 1. Lewis is on 35. Is in strike to face up to the man called Harris. So the field for Kenor Lewis. Long on and long off goes back. Deep mid wicket goes back. Extra cover goes back. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fielders in the deep for Lewis. Extra cover, long on, long off, and mid wicket. So there's a point cover and a straightish mid wicket. As in comes Paul Harris with the number 18 in his back. Sees that Kenor Lewis is ready. Tossing the ball from hand to hand. In he comes, passes the umpire now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is back driving this one out to cover. The man Fraser is in the way, can't score. 53 for the loss of 1. Paul Harris turns, sees that Lewis is ready. In he comes to bowl to Kenor Lewis, who is playing back along the pitch. The bowler himself, Paul Harris, fields, and there is no run. I tell you what, Kenor Lewis looked very disciplined today. Shot selection is very key today for Lewis so far in this innings. As in comes Paul Harris to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is rather looking to go for a big heave, and then at the last minute came out of it, just steering the ball down to backward point, and there is no run. The fielder is Buchanan in the way, and there is no run. So in comes Paul Harris to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is forcing that one out to the sweeper on the extra cover boundary, which is Boris Hutchinson. Only a single in the end. So Lewis is up by a single up to 36. The score is up by a single up to 54 for the loss of 1. Only wicket to fall in this inning so far. Orion Williams caught for 14 of the bowling of Harris. So in strike at the moment is Brown, very talented young cricketer. As in comes Harris, the ball to Brown. Brown is playing the ball out to cover. The man Fraser in the way can't score. So at the end of the over, in replying to Kingston 319, the St. Catherine cricket team are 54 for the loss of 1. Kenner Lewis is on 35. With them is Brown on 2. Earlier we lost the wicket of Orion Williams caught of the bowling of Paul Harris for 14. Beautiful day here at Sabina Park for cricket. A brilliant 100 from the youngster from Kingston yesterday. The young wicketkeeper batsman Morris scored a brilliant 147 for 196 deliveries yesterday to steer his team to over 300. Steady replied so far by the St. Catherine team, headed by the big fellow, the Jamaican Tallow opening batsman, Kenner Lewis. 4 half centuries for the Tallowers. Just scoring over 1,000 runs for the Tallowers, Kenner Lewis. So his vast experience campaigner say it's gonna seem to be Patrick Harty coming from the Michael Ole end to bowl to Kenner Lewis. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and extra cover is back. As in comes Artie to bowl to Lewis. Willis is steering this one to point for an easy single. This is good cricket by Kenner Lewis so far. We know Lewis to be very aggressive, but Lewis is just playing smart cricket. Just came back on the back foot, just steered into the outside for an easy single. So Lewis is up to, I reckon, 37. With him is Brown on 2. 55 for the loss of 1. All important wicket to fall was Williams for 14. So the field for Brown. Mid on, mid off comes up in the circle. The only fielder out is deep square leg. Brown turns this one towards him on a short leg and there is no run. Brown remains on 2. 55 for the loss of 1. So there's a slip, there's a short leg, there's a cover, extra cover, point, mid on, straightish mid wicket, and a man at the deep square leg. In comes Artie to bowl to Brown. Brown is playing back along the pitch. The man at short leg in Nelson Fields, and there is no run. 55 for the loss of 1. As Patrick Harty, Scorpion, left arm spinner. In he comes to bowl to Brown. Brown is turning this one towards the straightish mid wicket, can't beat the big fellow in Morant. And there is no run. Score remains at 55 for the loss of 1. Big Kenner Lewis is on 37. William is Brown on 2. In pursuit of 320 for first innings. St. Catherine are 55 for the loss of 1. Good delivery there by Artie outside the off stump. Brown not interested. It's through to the wicket keeper. 55 for the loss of 1. As Harty on top of his mark from the Michael Ole end sees that Brown is ready. In he comes to bowl to Brown. Brown is playing out towards the offside, looking for a single. The big Lewis not interested. At the end of the over, the score is 55 for the loss of 1. Kenner Lewis is on 37. Within is Brown on 2. So Paul Harris to continue to bowl to Kenner Lewis. Very dangerous player is Big Lewis. So it's going to be Paul Harris. Runs away from our commentary end. In he comes to ball to Lewis. Lewis is sweeping the ball in front of point for one. There's a chase for Riley. Won't get there. 4 runs to Lewis. Lovely shot by Lewis. He's just sweep across the line into the boundary for 4. Lewis is up to 30. So I reckon 41. The score is up to 59. 59 for the loss of 1. Lovely shot there by Kenor Lewis. He's a class player, this Lewis. He loves to get bat on ball. Is Lewis? Harris, the only wicket to fall went to Harris. So number 18 is back is Harris. In he comes, passes the umpire now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is rather playing a loose shot outside the off stump. No connection through to the wicket keeper. So that ball was a bit slow outside the off stump, forcing Lewis to go across the line. That is a plan, because there's an adjustment in the field now. So there's a deep mid wicket, and there's a man at the long corner boundary. As in comes Paul Harris to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is playing back along the pitch to Paul Harris, who fields, and there is no run. So Lewis is 41 from, I reckon, 19 deliveries. Very attacking player is Kenor Lewis. So here is Harris. Passes the umpire now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is pulling the ball down too long on. The big Durval green is in the way. All they will get is a single. Lewis is up to 42. Back in strike is Brown on 2. 60 for the loss of 1 here at Sabina Park. So Brown is on strike, so there's a change in the field. Mid on, mid off, cover, extra cover, point. Man at short leg and a slip. And a deep square leg for Brown. As in comes Harris, the ball to Brown. Brown is stroking the ball. Outside edge found. The ball is racing down towards the third man boundary. Will it get there? Just in time. 4 runs to Brown. Brown is up to 6. The score is up to 66 for the loss of 1. Forcing shot there by Brown. Outside edge found. The ball races down to the third man boundary for 4. So steady replied so far by the St. Catherine team. Lewis is up. Lewis is on 4th. What is saying? So Brown is up to 6. As in comes Harris, the ball to Brown. Brown is trying to turn this one behind square. No connection through to wicket keeper Morris, and there is no run. At the end of the over, the score reads 64 for the loss of 1. Remind our listeners, wherever you are in the world, Kingston were bowled out for 319, with Jovan Royal picking up 5 for 87, and Pete Salmon getting 3 for 69. In reply, St. Catherine are 64 for 1. Big Kenor Lewis is on 42 from 21 deliveries. Approaching lunchtime on day 2 of the Senior Cup Finals here at Sabina Park. It's going to be Patrick Arty Jr. to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is tearing this one out to cover, and there is no run. Good start here by Patrick Arty Jr., former past student of the Castle High School. Former player from St. Ann, representing Kingston. Played youth cricket for Jamaica under 15 back in 2006, where he played amongst Kenor Lewis, Marlon Pinnock. Andre Query was also the captain of that team, where it was victorious in the 2006 under 15 Clico competition. So it's a good combination here. As in comes Patrick Arty, very orthodox spinner. In it comes to bowl to Lewis, who's forcing this one out to point. Nelson is in the way, can't score. 64 for the loss of 1 here at Sabina Park. Kenor Lewis is on 42. With him is Brown on 6 in pursuit of 320 for first innings, and catching out 64 for 1. As in comes Arty to bowl to Lewis, who's trying to force this one over mid-wicket, only succeeding getting straight to Morant at a straightish mid-wicket, and there is no run. 64 for the loss of 1. Harty on top of his mark from the Michael Olin end. In he comes to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is trying to force a cut through the backward point region. Only succeeding straight to the youngster at point, and there is no run. Lewis is kept on 42. The score is kept on 64 for the loss of 1. Big Kenner Lewis look very positive indeed he is, as in comes Harty to bowl to Lewis. Lewis cutting this one away, back in front of point, 4 runs. Lovely shot by Kenner Lewis. He's up to 46. The score is up to 68 for the loss of 1. That ball was short, begging to be hit, and was dealt with by Lewis for 4. Lovely shot by Kenner Lewis. I tell you what, Kenner Lewis is no nonsense player. If he's there, I can tell you something, St. Catherine will be scoring very, very freely. So, 68 for 1. Only wicket to fall was Williams for 14. Very disappointing way to get out in a very crucial final. Half century in the semi-finals. But that's the game of uncertainty. Glorious uncertainty is the game of cricket. So it's up to someone else to deliver today. Big Lewis would want to get a big turn here, as what Morrison did for the Kingston team. So in strike is Brown. The field for Brown is a slip, a bad pod, mid-wicket, deep square leg, mid-on, mid-off, cover, extra cover on point. As in comes Harris to bowl to Brown, who's steering this one back with a point for him. He's a single. This is top class batting by Brown. He's showing his class. Is Brown just rotating the strike very easy. Brown is up to 7. Lewis is on 46. 69 for the loss of 1. Big Lewis is back in strike. Kenner Lewis is on 46 from 24 deliveries is Lewis. So as Lewis comes into strike, the field is spread. So the field now for Lewis is an extra cover, longer, deep mid-wicket, and a man at the long corner boundary. The number 18 in his back is Paul Harris. Looks up, sees that the Big Lewis is ready. In he comes, passes the umpire just now to bowl to Lewis. Lewis is stroking the ball down to long off for an easy single. Lewis is up to 47, scores on 70 for the loss of 1. This is good. This is good by Lewis so far. Showing his class, is Lewis showing his power as well. Carlos Brown is in strike. Harris is with ball in hand. Here he comes to bowl to Carlos Brown. Brown is forward played back along the pitch, can't score. Score is kept on 17 for the loss of 1. Carlos Brown is on 7. With him is Kenner Lewis on 47. In comes Harris to bowl to Carlos Brown, who's turning his one towards a vacant square leg area for an easy single. 71 for the loss of 1. Brown is up to 8. Kenner Lewis is on 47. The field is now spread for Kenner Lewis. Extra cover, long off, deep mid-wicket, and a man in Nelson running towards the long corner boundary. Down at long on is Derval Green. Very good cricketer is Derval Green. No one must steal it. Former St. Elizabeth Technical High School cricketer. As in comes Harris to bowl to Lewis, who's trying to turn this one onto the onside, leaning the headphone straight back to the bowler, and there is no run. 71 for the loss of 1. Lewis on 47, Brown on 8. Harris got the only wicket to fall of Williams this afternoon, and in comes Harris to bowl to Lewis, who's swinging across the line, inside edge front, down to the fine leg boundary for 4 it goes, and a half century to Kenner Lewis for the St. Catherine team. So 75 for the loss of 1. Kenner Lewis goes to 51 in not one of the finest style you'll expect but 4 runs nonetheless to Lewis. He's up to 51. The score is up to 75 for the loss of 1 here at Sabina Park.
It look like it's on shift quick. It look like it's shift quick. It look like they'll come in and then just shift one. You don't have to go from that side.
So it's going to be Patrick Artie to continue. He's going to be bowling to Brown. I wonder if we're going to get in another over, or this could be the final over before lunch on day 2 of the Senior Cup Finals here at Sabina Park. It's going to be Patrick Artie on top of his mark from the Michael Howland end. In he comes, the ball to Brown. He's sweeping the ball fine. Into the boundary for 4 it goes. Lovely shot by Carlos Brown. The ball was trained on the line of the leg stump. Carlos Brown saw it early, swept it nicely, fine, down to the fine leg boundary for 4. And Carlos Brown is on a roll. 79 for the loss of 1. Brown is up to, I reckon, 11. Lewis is on 51. 79 for 1 here at Sabina Park. Ball is retrieved by Patrick Artie Jr. Who used to play for the Senton team is Artie. In Kingston, playing for Kingston for over 7.5 years is Artie. In here comes the ball to Brown. Brown is wrapped in the paddy as a load appeal. Brown not offering a shot. Not outside by the umpire, and quite rightly so, ball pitching outside the off stump. Big Kenner Lewis runs down to say a few words to Brown. Tell him to bat on, be positive. That's the experience that Kenner Lewis possesses. As in comes Patrick Artie to bowl to Brown. Brown is stroking the ball out down to mid-on. The big Hutchinson is in the way, can't score. 79 for 1. The only wicket to fall, Orion Williams for 14. So we are approaching lunch on day 2 of the Senior Cup Finals, as in comes Artie to bowl to Brown, who's playing out to the man at mid-wicket, and there is no run. 79 for the loss of 1. Kenner Lewis is on 51 from 29 deliveries. Brown is on 11. As in comes Artie to bowl to Brown, who's turning this one behind square for 1. Will they think about the seconds? He's a second, and Big Lewis just walks the second runs. So 81 for the loss of 1. Brown is up to 13. Lewis is on 51. A steady reply by the St. Catherine team. Artie tossing the ball from hand to hand. Sees that Brown is ready. In he comes to bowl to Brown. Brown is played forward towards mid-wicket. At the end of the over, is it lunch on day 2? Lunch on day 2 of the Senior Cup Finals here at Sabina Park. At lunch, Kingston were dismissed with 319, with Javon Rawler getting 5 for 87 and Pete Salmon 3 for 69. In replied, St. Catherine are 81 for 1. Kenner Lewis is on 51 and Brown is on 13. Only wicket to fall. Only wicket to fall was Orion Williams for 14. So St. Catherine need a further 239 runs from 60 over to win first innings here in this crucial finals here at Sabina Park. So we'll back in 40 minutes for the resumption of the evening post session.
Enough, but I have to give up enough work.